This is lesson 413. I'm going to dictate 10 sentences for you. The words we focus upon will contain vowel group 4, 5, or 6 teams. These are the vowel group 4 teams. And then we have vowel group 5, the R-controlled vowels. When you see the vowel plus R joined together and form a team, you underline the team and indicate it's vowel group 5. Vowel group 6 is 2 vowels joined together and form a team, and the first vowel does not represent its long sound. This is the marking procedure we use for our words. We identify any teams in the word, any letters representing their second sounds or silent E's embedded within each of the words. Then we identify vowel sounds by placing dots under the vowel sounds, dividing the word into syllables if necessary, and then finally assigning vowel group numbers to our vowel sounds. Our first sentence is, we must devise a harness for the stubborn donkey. We must devise a harness for the stubborn donkey. We must devise. D has 2 sounds, D, E. Vise, 3 sounds, V, I, Z. Devise. A harness, har, 2 sounds, H, R. Ness, 3 sounds, N, E, S. Harness. For the stubborn. Now we exaggerate the pronunciation of this word a bit and say stub-born. Stub has 4 sounds, S, T, B. Born, 3 sounds, B or N. Stub-born. Donkey. Dong, 3 sounds, D, A, Ng. Key, 2 sounds, K, E. Donkey. We must devise a harness for the stubborn donkey. Now pause the video at this point and fully mark the words we've just been working with in the sentence. And once you've completed doing that, advance the video screen to see if you've marked the words correctly. We must devise a harness for the donkey. Notice in donkey, N is representing its second sound. The letter N, when followed by the sounds G or K, will represent its second sound. Sentence 2. The smell of raindrops did pervade the entire room. The smell of raindrops did pervade the entire room. The smell of raindrops. Rain, 3 sounds, R, A, N. Drops, 5 sounds, D, R, A, P, S. Raindrops did pervade, per, 2 sounds, P, Vade, 3 sounds, V, A, D. Pervade. The entire, N, 2 sounds, E, N. Tire, 3 sounds, T, I, Entire room. The smell of raindrops did pervade the entire room. Mark the words in this sentence. The smell of raindrops did pervade the entire room. Sentence 3. He made a complaint against the student athlete. He made a complaint against the student athlete. He made a complaint. complaint. Com, 3 sounds. K, plaint, 5 sounds. P, ul, a, n, t. Complaint. Against, a has 1 sound. Gainst has 5 sounds. G, a, n, s, t. Against. The student, and we're going to pronounce the word student. Stu, 3 sounds. S, t, u. Dent, 4 sounds. D, e, n, t. Student. Athlete, athlete. Ath, 2 sounds. A, th. Leet, 3 sounds. Ul, e, t. Athlete. He made a complaint against the student athlete. Now mark the words in this sentence. He made a complaint against the student athlete. First of all, in the word against, that's how you normally say it. But for spelling, obviously, I exaggerated the pronunciation, and I'm saying the word as against. And also, the U in student is double underlined. U is the only vowel that represents 2 long sounds instead of 1. The first long sound of U is just the name of the letter, U, as in mule. And the second long sound for U is oo, as in the word dude. Remember, our key sentence to remember that is the dude rode on the mule. So when U represents its sound oo, as in student, you double underline U. Sentence 4. The carload of sailors made a beeline for the transport ship. The carload of sailors made a beeline for the transport ship. The carload, car, 2 sounds, k, r. Load, 3 sounds, ul, o, d. Carload. Of sailors, now we're going to exaggerate the sound here, sailors. Say has 2 sounds, s, a. Lors, 3 sounds, ul, or, z. Sailors made a beeline, B has 2 sounds, b, e. Line, 3 sounds, ul, I, n. Beeline for the transport. Tran, 4 sounds, t, r, a, n. Sport, 4 sounds, s, p, or, t. Transport, ship. The carload of sailors made a beeline for the transport ship. Pause the video here, mark the words, and then advance the screen. The carload of sailors made a beeline for the transport ship. Sentence 5. They had to smuggle the report past the owner of the basket. They had to smuggle the report past the owner of the basket. They had to smuggle. Smug, 4 sounds, s, m, g. Gull, 2 sounds, g, ul. Smuggle the report, re, 2 sounds, r, e. Port, three sounds, p or t, report. Past the owner, o, one sound, ner, two sounds, n, owner, of the basket, basket, bass, three sounds, b, a, s, ket, three sounds, k, e, t, basket. They had to smuggle the report past the owner of the basket. Mark the words in this sentence. They had to smuggle the report past the owner of the basket. Now, in the word smuggle, we haven't seen the LE team often lately, but when you have a word that ends in a consonant followed by LE, then the LE is going to join together and form a vowel team. That's vowel group 7, and the consonant will associate itself with the LE team and be part of the last syllable in that word. Sentence 6. I saw the sequel to that cartoon, and it had detail and focus. I saw the sequel to that cartoon, and it had detail and focus. I saw the sequel, C, two sounds, S, E. Quell, four sounds. The first two sounds, qua, e, ul. Sequel to that cartoon, car, two sounds, k, r. Tune, three sounds, t, u, n. Cartoon. And it had detail, D, two sounds, d, e. Tail, three sounds, t, a, ul. Detail. And focus, fo, two sounds, f, o. Cuss, three sounds, k, s. Focus. I saw the sequel to that cartoon, and it had detail and focus. Mark the words in this sentence. I saw the sequel to that cartoon, and it had detail and focus. Sentence 7. I will devour the lobster and snapper with much gusto. I will devour the lobster and snapper with much gusto. I will devour, D, two sounds, d, e. Vour, three sounds, v, ow, Devour. The lobster, lob, three sounds, ul, b. Stir, three sounds, s, t, Lobster. And snapper, snap, four sounds, s, n, a, p. Purr, two sounds, p, Snapper. With much gusto, gus, three sounds, g, s, toe, two sounds, t, o, gusto. I will devour the lobster and snapper with much gusto. Mark the words in this sentence. I will devour the lobster and snapper with much gusto. Notice in lobster, we don't identify ST as a consonant blend. We only identify consonant blends by placing half circles under the letters within the blend in order to protect the blend from division. If the consonant blend is not in danger of division, then we don't mark the consonant blend. Sentence 8. His work in retail often makes him swelter and perspire. His work in retail often makes him swelter and perspire. His work in retail, re, 2 sounds, e. Tail, 3 sounds, ul. Retail. Often, off, 2 sounds, f. 10, 3 sounds, n. Often makes him swelter, swell, 4 sounds, ul. Ter, 2 sounds, swelter. And perspire, per, 2 sounds, spire, 4 sounds, perspire. His work in retail often makes him swelter and perspire. Mark the words in this sentence. His work in retail often makes him swelter and perspire. Now here the SP is marked as a consonant blend in order to preserve it or protect it, lock it together, however you want to describe it. So now SP counts as a unit of 1 and it must remain together. Sentence 9. She predicts the chosen hitter will tap a grounder. She predicts the chosen hitter will tap a grounder. She predicts. Pre has 3 sounds. P, r, e. Dicks. Now you have to listen carefully. There are 5 sounds in this syllable. Dicts. D, I, k, t, s. Predicts. The chosen, cho, 2 sounds, ch, o. Zen, 3 sounds, z, e, n. Chosen. Hitter, hit, 3 sounds, h, I, t. Ter, 2 sounds, t, Hitter will tap a grounder, Ground, 4 sounds, g, r, ow, n. Der, 2 sounds, d, Grounder. She predicts the chosen hitter will tap a grounder. Mark the words in this sentence. She predicts the chosen hitter will tap a grounder. And our final sentence. Number 10. The radar screen can mislead and cause mistakes. The radar screen can mislead and cause mistakes. The radar, ray, 2 sounds, r, a. Dar, 2 sounds, d, r. Radar, screen, can mislead, miss, 3 sounds, I, s. Lead, 3 sounds, ul, e, d. Mislead. And cause mistakes. Mistakes, miss, 3 sounds, I, s. Takes, 4 sounds, t, a, k, s. Mistakes. The radar screen can mislead and cause mistakes. Mark the words in this sentence. The radar screen can mislead and cause mistakes. This completes the dictation of sentences from Lesson 413.